Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Rob and I hope everybody is having a great day and all that stuff. Today's video is going to be an update on a product review that I did. I'm giving you some updates with the product that I reviewed a while back. One of my first videos. I think it's probably might be the second. If not, it's probably like somewhere along the third to the fifth item that I reviewed and did a video on. That item is the Stanley powerit jump box, power inverter box. So up until recently, I thought it was a great product. I hadn't been having any problems with it. Still, for what I use it for, I've used it for the most since I've gotten it. I think it's, as far as that goes, it's still a great product. I'm not having any problems with it as far as what I've been mostly using it for. Since I've gotten it, I haven't had to use the jump starter except for maybe once or twice. But anyways, I mostly used it for the USB charger on it when we've been camping, maybe the power plug once or twice on it, but I've mainly used it for the compressor. All that stuff works great. I don't know if it's a problem with the jump starter. I honestly don't know. So here's my thing with it and why I don't know where the problem lies. So I recently went to help a couple people start their cars, some friends, so it wasn't like I was just helping a random person stuck at a supermarket or anything like that. But I don't know if the problem was like with their vehicles or my jump starter, because I had an issue a while back with my brand new truck, which is a V8, and I don't know if it has something to do with the starters being different in the newer cars than the older cars. And I don't know if there's any difference in starters in the newer cars. Like, I'm assuming the starters are the same in one car or another. There just might be more electronic features that I may not know of. The reason why I say that is I know with like the older cars, if you turn the key on while the car is running, and I have done that maybe once or twice, I'll admit, after I've remote started it or forgot it was running or something, when I've came to start it out in the morning real quick, and I've turned it, and like the older cars did, it doesn't make that like grinding noise or that you do with the starter. And with my truck, you can just turn the key on and it still starts it with even if you let it go. So I don't know if it has something to do with like the newer starters where they use less power to turn the car over or whatnot. But anyways, I had a little mishap with my truck. Battery was completely dead. It was the first time I had a camper. So I know with like, my uncle's boats or landscaping trailers, you could hook up, a trailer the night before and not have to, even the boat trailer, not have to worry about anything. And apparently what had happened is, with the refrigerator, somehow it must have got bumped to battery power instead of like wall power out, call it, when you plug it into an actual outlet like you would a regular refrigerator in your house. Anyways, I had a battery power, so we went to leave the next morning to go on our camping trip, and my battery was completely dead. I used the jump starter V8 engine, started up fine, and at the time I had forgotten about that. I had taken a walk around Harbor Freight, and just was like trying to kill time while I was waiting for some other things going on. So I went into Harbor Freight and I was looking at their jump starter boxes with compressors, and that's when I noticed that on the box they were a little bit bigger, and they said that they were like, instead of where mine says 1200, it says 1700, and one said like 3300 and something. And I noticed like the 1700 one said V8 gas, V6 diesel it would start, and then like the 33 something said V8 gas, V12 diesel. So I was having problems. We tried to jump start it, and it barely turned over with the jumper, the jumper cables and all that stuff. And then I hooked my jump starter up to it, and it was turning over. It turned over a lot more, and it seemed like it had more oomph to get it started. But I don't know if the car was so dead. It was extremely cold, so I don't know if it was my jump starter just didn't have enough power, the car didn't have enough power, whatnot. Had another car I tried, V8, didn't do anything with that one. Another car I tried to start, V8, didn't seem to want to do anything. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this doesn't have enough power, maybe it's not made for V8 engines. And then I remembered that I had, to jump start my truck with it. So I don't know if it's because, those are older cars, they got the old fashioned, starters in them that take more power, or whatnot, but it just didn't do what I needed it to do, and I'm disappointed. Up until now, I thought it was a great product, but you get a compressor and jump starter all in one. A little power, plug if you need it in emergencies. Like if you're camping and you lose power because of a storm or something. You can at least charge your phone and be able to keep an eye on the weather, and have your phones in case somebody needs to call you in an emergency, whatnot. I think it's still a great product as far as that goes, and as far as the compressor still does what it needs to do. I'm happy with that part of it. I'm happy with the power part of it for, as far as the USBs. But I'm definitely looking into getting a new one. I've had a couple mechanics and tow drivers. When I've tried to help other people with, jump starting off the vehicles, they recommend, some of them have recommended the ones at Harbor Freight. I've been looking at them. I might get one eventually. So I'll definitely, if I do that, I'll definitely do a product review on that. Give you my honest opinion. And like I said, I'll do an update on it. I wasn't happy that I had to do this video. And all stuff, and say the product isn't, worth buying. And that's probably why I haven't even seen it in Walmart no more. Like I said, I've had it for, I want to say, at least 2 to 3 years at the very least. And like I said, I've never had the chance, other than my vehicle, to try out the jump box. I've never came across anybody that's needed help. That wasn't either, that wasn't already being helped, or all that stuff, or said they were all set as far as needing a jump. So I've never really had to use it other than my vehicle, and it started my vehicle up no problem. Like I said, the battery was completely dead. The lights didn't even come on. The radio didn't even come on. There was no sign of life. When I turned the key, like I said, I had the refrigerator. I had hooked up the camper the night before. The refrigerator was set on battery mode, so it completely drained the battery out of my truck. Like I said, mistakes happen. My first camper, didn't really know anything about it. I've just gone for, like, when I was working for landscaping companies, or going fishing with my uncle's boat, we'd hook. There was a lot of times we'd hook it up the night before, so we just have to get in the vehicle and go. And, never had an issue with whatever hooked up was, drained the battery. I didn't even know until went to plug everything in and make sure everything was working when we got down there, that the switch was on AC. I mean, whatever its selection is for the battery versus when you're plugged into an outlet. The camper's plugged into an outlet. So anyways, I'm not going to recommend you getting this product anymore. Do your research, figure out. So far from what I've seen on the ones at Harbor Freight, they're called Viking. Supposedly the reviews are pretty good on them. I just started looking at a couple of reviews last night, after I saw them, after walking around Harbor Freight, and supposedly the reviews are pretty good. I've had tow truck drivers, like I said, when I've tried to help people out, jump starting off the car, they recommend the ones at Harbor Freight. So they're good ones. So, and I've had a few other people recommend them too. I watched a couple videos, and people recommend them so far. So I might eventually get one, try it out, and all that stuff, because it's good to have, especially if it has a compressor. And I always like to have a compressor at all times with me. And you gotta think about it. Even if you buy like jumper cables and stuff like that, depending on where you buy your jumper cables, or if you buy a jump box like that, you're better off, and I think, in my opinion, you're better off just getting one that can do both, one of those heavy duty ones, because you're gonna end up spending more money. And you gotta think, jump boxes, like at least $100, depending on where you go and which one you get. Maybe 120, and then depending on what compressor you get, they could be close to $30-$40. When you can get two in one item that has both of those things for less than both of those things, I definitely think that's a good deal, in my opinion. So, like I said, yeah, so the Stanley powerit, jump starter and air compressor finally let me down. Like I said, the air compressor still works great, and the power part of it, I wasn't able to jump start vehicles. I've done what they recommend as far as charging it every 30 days and after a jump start. And like I said, I've never had to jump start anyone, so other than my vehicle that one time after I did it. So no, I've never had a problem with it. I thought it was a great item, like I said, and finally just let me down and made me disappointed. So that being said, once again, I don't recommend this product, which I wouldn't even have to worry about really recommending it, because I haven't really seen it in stores at Walmart, the few Walmarts that I've stopped at lately. I mean, however, I did see, and I haven't seen it since before Christmas in any of the stores, but I did see like a review video of which jump starter is the best, and I had like 5 different ones. It showed a DeWalt one on it, it showed another one on it, it showed the Stanley powerit one that I had, and then the video was just 2 months ago. It was showing which the best is. I haven't watched that video yet, but honestly, people can still find it somewhere, but I wouldn't recommend it. Anyways, I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching, and have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.